sympathetic eruptions up top today. And as we can see with the bright arching magnetic fields in 171 angstroms, there appears to be more incoming just from behind the limb to join its friends on the Earth-facing longitudes. Let's have a bit of aesthetics to start the links here. We're zooming in from the basic look at outer space from Earth, and then the super zoom begins using the Gemini telescope. Somewhere just past where normal optical enhancement zooms into black, the more distant features begin to become resolved. And this is pretty darn impressive in terms of detail when one considers just how much zooming we did to get here. Folks, this is incredible. When I said I'm not discussing electroquakes and pre-earthquake signals as much these days, it's because the field has taken off all on its own. I've meant things like figuring out which types of faults give which types of signals, and how long of a precursory period of warning do they offer. Yeah, they should be literally predicting major earthquakes in about a decade. And last but not least on the article front, you all saw this months ago, just not here. It was on Archive as a preprint. It is now in the top astrophysical journal series, and after the Voyager probe and New Horizons satellite gave us all the reason to believe their pressure fronts and optical cosmic background observed were the galactic current sheet, here they offer 3 explanations for what they saw with IBEX and the helium. The first one, a detector problem. Not a good guess, but the higher ionization of helium than expected and an unaccounted for source in the local interstellar medium, it's both of those combined. The current sheet is the unaccounted for source, and it does provide higher ionization locally than would otherwise be expected. That makes New Horizons, Voyager, and IBEX that have spotted elements of our galactic disaster surrounding our stellar house. Now, something else that happened while I was away.
And we come once again to something that will inevitably be called politics, and I will inevitably insist it is not politics. It's the New World Order and things that are intimately related to everything we discuss. Thank you for helping us, Mr. President, understand the Uranus cycle we have discussed and exactly what the New World Order has to do with this, as we've heard from so many leaders in the past, with a resurgence during the COVID lockdowns and restrictions, all the discussion in Australia and Europe of a New World Order. Again, thank you, Mr. President.
You know, we are at an inflection point, I believe, in the world economy. Not just the world economy, in the world. It occurs every 3 or 4 generations.
I don't know how many times we've mentioned the approximately 80-year populism and upheaval cycle that may or may not have an energetic cause in Uranus, but which does coincidentally match its cycle on the dot. The American Revolution, the Civil War, World War II, and now. We will not get through this without major global conflict, and that's part of the plan. This isn't politics, this is them using cosmic knowledge to game a situation against us.
60 million people died between 1900 and 1946. And since then, we established a liberal world order, and now is a time when things are shifting. There's going to be a new world order out there. And we've got to lead it. We've got to unite the rest of the free world in doing it. So anyway.
Alas, even traitors speak the truth. I'm all for tanking the liberal world order, but I don't trust them to make a new one. And none of it will help us when the sun and Earth's assault begins. We greatly appreciate your support. Subscribe and we'll do this all again tomorrow. Right here, but right now at 6 a.m. in the new Valley of the Sun. Eyes open. No fear. Be safe, everyone.
Recent MIT study reveals a weird, yet childish simple 3D solar array that has amazingly powerful results. It's the cheapest, easiest way to effortlessly make your own personal power plant and have a perpetual source of cheap green electricity. Your family will have electricity even if, God forbid, an all-out EMP or natural disaster takes out the grid for months on end. so you'll never be in the dark in a crisis situation. You don't have to be an electrician to do it, there's no maintenance needed, it doesn't take up a lot of space, and the best part, you won't need to rely on the power grid anymore. Over 9,342 homeowners across the US are already using this MIT design, and they are shaving money off their power bills. I urge you, stop everything you're doing and click the link below to see what this disaster-proof, recession-proof, drought-proof MIT design can do for you. If it's already worked for 9,342 people, then it can work for you too. Even if you know nothing about electricity or renewable energy. Imagine, finally being able to supply your family home with low-cost green energy. No more worrying about a loss of power when the next big storm hits. And best of all, never having to pay an electric bill ever again. The billion-dollar big energy monopolists do not want you to see this video and discover this extraordinary secret. Watch it now before it's too late.